Local and live. Covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState.
Well, good afternoon, and this is Dan DeDona here, welcoming you to the Local News One Weekly Report. That's all the local news from Hagerstown, Chambersburg, Smithsburg, Fairfield, Waynesboro, and all the communities that make up our local area. We're going to start off today, as we are known to do, with 5 things to do this weekend, plus a couple of extras that didn't make the cut. This will be the 24th of July edition. Starting with Antrim Spring Farm, who is hosting a Summer on the Farm on Saturday the 25th, tomorrow, at 14007 Williamsport Pike in Greencastle. Families and visitors are invited to enjoy a full day of live music, local vendors, food trucks, before settling in for a movie. That'll be featuring Babe. That starts this evening at 7:30. The event is going to run from 10 a.m. until 9 p.m. Bring a lawn chair or baskets, and you can purchase classical movie snacks while you're there. That should be fun. Nice, relaxing day. In Hagerstown, Candy Fest is going to be transforming the downtown area into a colorful, candy-filled adventure for kids and parents alike. Hosted at the Maryland Theater at 21 South Potomac Street, this interactive walkthrough event is going to take place from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. on Saturday the 25th, and from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. on Sunday the 26th. It's designed for young children and families, features 4 floors of sensory experiences, including candy-themed games, crafts, slime making, balloon art, and photo-ready installations. General admission is $20, includes entry for 1 child and 1 adult, with proceeds supporting the community programming at the theater. Also, in this kind of a part and parcel of this, perhaps for a slightly older crowd, downtown Hagerstown is going to become a hub of family-friendly summer fun, as the 2026 Downtown Summer Block Party takes place also on Saturday from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. That's going to be in front of the South Potomac Street Maryland Theater. It's hosted as a free all-ages event. The block party will feature bounce houses, inflatable axe throwing. That's interesting. Inflatable, I'm trying to get my head around that. Mini golf and other activities provided by High Expectations Inflatables. That should be a lot of fun. In Greencastle, it's a Christmas in July fest at the Greencastle Country Music Festival on Saturday, July 25th. It'll be featuring country music, food, and community spirit. It'll take place at the Greencastle American Legion Picnic Grounds at 4775 Williamson Road. It's an all-day event beginning at 2 p.m. with the headlining concert starting at 7:30 that evening. It'll feature live performances highlighted by Leroy Burks and the Voodoo Whiskey Band, along with opening acts, a vendor village, drink specials, cookouts, raffles, and auctions. Aims to bring the community together. And the 5th item for today is Bowman House and Museum in Boonesboro is going to be opening its doors to a free public event. This historical site, which is located at 323 North Main Street, will welcome visitors from 2 until 4:30 p.m. on Sunday, July 26th, featuring live hearth cooking, demonstrations featuring 18th and 19th century recipes made with period-appropriate meats, fruits, and vegetables. Guests can also explore the museum's raised bed vegetable garden and visit the on-site potter's shed. The event aims to educate the community and bring local history to life. We have 3 additional items. Turned out they're all from Waynesboro this week. First of all, you have an opportunity to get personal with reptiles. If that was ever on your bucket list, you really need to check this one off. That will be taking place at the Alexander Hamilton Memorial Free Library at 45 East Main Street in Waynesboro. That'll be Saturday from 10 until 11. There will be a variety of animal ambassadors and specimens presented by the Animal Rescue and Education Organization Forgotten Friend Reptile Sanctuary of Mannheim in Amish Country, Pennsylvania. Attendees will meet snakes, lizard, iguanas, turtles, and a mini alligator. Program, which is presented across Pennsylvania, also aims to educate people on these cold-blooded creatures and help to diminish the stigma that surrounds them. They do look pretty scary, though. No registration is required. And it's perfect for patrons 5 and older and their families. For more information, call the Alexander Hamilton Free Library. Next up, the Waynesboro area YMCA is launching its new Summer Nights at the Y event series, beginning this weekend with Beat the Heat kickoff on Wednesday. This coming week, starting on Wednesday, July 29th, from 6 until 8 p.m. That will be taking place at the Cookie Beck Memorial Pavilion. Summer Nights at the Y is a free 3-week community event series featuring live entertainment, food vendors, and activities for all ages. On this Wednesday, I already mentioned it'll be the Beat the Heat kickoff with a DJ and karaoke, a dunk tank, mini golf, outdoor games, sidewalk chalk, food trucks, and chillin' out snowballs with Antietam Dairy. The following week, on August 5th, Wednesday, Summer Night Jams with music bingo, outdoor games, and many of the same people. On Wednesday the 12th, end of the summer bash with a live band, a DJ, outdoor games, and the same people catering, plus Kraken Catering and the Gerber Burger. Admission is free and open to the public, so if you're looking for something to do on a very slow Wednesday evening from 6 until 8, this would be a place to stop by. And finally, the Renfrew Museum and Park will mark the nation's 250th anniversary with a day of Revolutionary War living history. We get an awful lot of Civil War history in this area, but there was, in fact, a Revolutionary War that preceded the Civil War, and there's an awful lot to learn from that activity as well as from the Civil War. So the 250th Soldier and Militia Living History event is scheduled for July 25th from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. That'll take place at the Smokehouse along Mill Race Trail at 1010 East Main Street in Waynesboro. The program will feature small-scale hands-on demonstrations designed to immerse visitors in the daily lives of Continental Army soldiers. There will be living histories, historians there who you'll be able to converse with, but they'll be in character. So they will be representing people who lived and as they lived. So if you ask them questions, they're going to be responding in the context of the days of the Revolution. So it'll be pretty interesting. There are others that do this as well. So anytime they say living history, that's kind of what they mean, most times. There'll be cooking demonstrations, battlefield preparation and camp life, do marching and military drill demonstrations that reflect authentic training techniques used more than 2 centuries ago. The program is part of the broader effort to commemorate America's semi-quincentennial, I finally figured out how to pronounce that, by connecting the community with people. That is it for 5 things plus 3 to do this weekend. We're going to be moving on to this week's news. 64 stories this week, a pretty busy week for midsummer. And we're going to open with the conclusion of a story that we mentioned last week. And that was Senator Doug Mastriano had submitted some bills concerning the Korean War. Well, on the 27th of July in Pennsylvania is now going to be the Korean War Armistice Day. That'll be honoring those people who served in the Korean War from 1950 through 53. There were actually 1.8 million soldiers who served. 36,000 of those were killed and 100,000 were wounded in that conflict. It was a pretty nasty affair, although you watch MASH and you think it was all a comedy. It really wasn't. It was pretty serious business. There will be an accompanying bill that was also passed that requires funeral directors to contact counties anytime a veteran passes away, so that the county can advise the veteran's family what kind of VA benefits are available to them. So both very nice touches. In Washington County, the commissioners approved a water and sewer plan for 1.85 million square feet of warehouse, which is to be constructed on the state line. That'll be on Mason-Dixon Road. Now, just to be clear, this is not the warehouse where the Department of Homeland Security has drawn so much interest and attention by wanting to put in a 1,500-man detention center. Okay, different one completely. Although the discussion at the meeting did ask whether or not this was intended for something like that, but it is not, according to county officials. The commissioners also addressed some highway maintenance equipment, purchasing new equipment. Stuff does wear out eventually. Some grants for the city jail. In Franklin County, they are to receive $1.25 million from the Pennsylvania Redevelopment Assistance Capitalization Program, called RACP in Pennsylvania. $500,000 of that is going to Chambersburg for their Southgate Development Program. And the other $750,000 is going to Antrim Township for a mixed-use agricultural and community facility. Those things are very helpful. Something like that was very helpful for Washington Township a couple of years ago when they desperately wanted to get out of what should have been a condemned Washington Township municipal facility, and eventually built themselves a brand new facility right along Route 16. In Chambersburg, there are plans for a new middle school in the area, and those plans were presented to the Borough Council. The plans involve combining the north and south middle schools into one location, which is basically at the current South Middle School at McKinley Street and Stouffer Avenues. There were some questions there about whether or not there would be an increase in taxes. The response was yes, there would probably be somewhere in the vicinity of 2 to 3% increase, but that's pretty straightforward for most when you take into account the cost of living increases and whatnot. And you should probably take into account municipal organizations, just like business organizations or your own family. They have to deal with all those increases in prices as well. It costs a lot of money in material to fill all those potholes that everybody loves to complain about midwinter when you really bump along the roads. So anyway, those plans were briefed. They do expect to have quite a few savings as a result of consolidating the middle schools, so that'll be a good conclusion. Also in Chambersburg, Giant completed remodeling 2 of their stores, one at 925 Norland Avenue and the other at 993 Wayne. Purposes of these renovations were to improve the layout and expand the variety of goods that they could offer. These two locations employ 325 people, so it's always good to know that businesses and other organizations are investing serious money to maintain the facilities they've got, because that means a lot of people in the community are employed and they're able to put food on the table and pay and take care of their families. So good on you guys. They are having a grand opening today at those 2 sites. So as with most grand openings, you can probably expect some free prizes and giveaways and special sales. So hustle on down there to those 2 locations. Take advantage. We have a regular feature in localnews1.org called Stories by Dargan Boy, who is actually Pete Wilson. Pete Wilson. At any rate, Pete is a former warden of Washington in Washington County, and he's stepping up to the plate. And he's reflecting on his experiences as a warden, pointing out the state of Maryland prisons. Of course, that's been a topic for Franklin County prisons and jails as well in recent times. But he's making a point that it's very easy to forget that the county and the municipal organizations have an obligation to stay out ahead of that. And he puts that right squarely on the governors of every state, as well as all the intervening officials at the state and at the county levels. So it's a good article. You get some actual personal information on exactly what goes on and what you ought to be looking for. In Waynesboro, the roundabouts that are being constructed on the west end of Washington Township Boulevard are causing a shift in the traffic patterns out there. Orchard Road is being closed, and it's closed off from 997, and the north 997 traffic will be shifting. Most of this is done as a safety precaution. They're putting up detour signs. This started on the 20th of July, and it'll be continuing for a while. What they're doing is they're trying to make enough space so they can continue with the construction and put these things into operation. For more details, take a look at the article in localnews1.org. In police news, the Boonesboro Police are responding to questions about their use of something called a flock camera. Actually, that would probably be a variety of flock cameras. I guess that would be a flock of cameras. The purpose of these things is actually to track license plates and vehicle types as they pass through the area. Now, why is this important? It's important because, as you might surmise, criminals are somewhat mobile. They can move from community to community and from state to state. When it starts getting a little too hot for them in one place, they move on. Well, what the police do, also as you might suspect, they don't just drive around and wait to see something happening. They've actually got an intelligence network among them, each individual police department and many, many other police departments and state departments all around them. So they share this information. So the fact that they've got one of these cameras or multiple of these cameras means that if licenses and vehicles that have been flagged to be in the possession of people who have been behaving poorly, let's say, they got a heads up that there's likely to be some criminal activity in their area. So this is a good thing. The concerns of the community that were raised to them were that there were concerns that this was basically citizen surveillance. I can tell you for a fact Washington Township has got this, and many, many other municipal organizations have got this kind of stuff, and it's very, very helpful for police to maintain order. In Waynesboro, there was a single vehicle crash on the 18th of July at Blue Ridge Avenue, at the I think it was the 13,000 block of Blue Ridge Avenue. One person was declared dead on the scene, 2 were injured, and an investigation is continuing. In Chambersburg, on the 21st of July, there was a crash involving an e-bike and a tractor trailer. That's not a matchup that you really want to get into. Anyway, the accident took place on Route 11. Apparently, the e-bike driver survived, although he had injuries, and an investigation is continuing as to exactly how something like that would happen. Hagerstown law enforcement also, it's a good news story for police. It isn't always bad. Their law enforcement folks joined up with others last weekend to build 125 beds for children at the Hagerstown Community College ARC building. This is an activity that's sponsored nationwide. I guess it originated in Idaho, but it's sponsored by an organization called Sleep in Heavenly Peace, and basically they were motivated to see to it that children had proper beds to sleep in at night. Many, many years later, they got started in 2012. 400,000 beds have been built since for children since 2012. And in this most recent effort at Hagerstown, They went way past 125 beds. Actually ended up building 150. So congratulations to you guys. Great effort. In people news, Shalom Christian Academy head Angie Petersheim will be retiring next year at the end of the 2026-2027 school year. She has been there running the operations for 27 years. There was nothing in our current information that suggests who will be replacing her, but there should probably be a search coming up in the next year. In Smithsburg, Layla Smith has committed to Newberry College in South Carolina for flag football. Apparently, Newberry is starting. They just started a flag football program this past year, and Layla is going to be a part of that. In Williamsport, there is a teen by the name of Trinity Luttrell, who happens to be the existing Miss Teen Volunteer for Washington County. This is a very interesting young lady. Not only has she won this pageant, but she's enrolled in an early to college program. She's writing children's books, and she's defending her crown on the 1st of August in Frederick. So very energetic young lady, seems to be very talented. We should keep an eye out. I'm sure as she grows, I'm sure she will be doing great things. In Smithsburg, the 2025 golf team is to be inducted into the Washington County Golf Hall of Fame. The team in 2025 won the Maryland 2A and 1A championship. So congratulations. And apparently this is the first golf team in all of Washington County to ever win such an award. So congratulations to the Smithsburg team there. Also in Chambersburg, the American Legion baseball team won the regional title last weekend, and it will be advancing to the state tournament the 25th through the 29th of July. This weekend, it'll be taking place up in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Congratulations to the fellows, and best wishes for a great tournament. In Washington County, the Sports Hall of Fame has inducted 5 people into the class of 2026. They did that on the 18th of July. Those 5 people were Carol Brashears, Avery Carey, Emily Crabtree, Cullen Ganley, and Donnie Souders. So congratulations to each and every one of you. Also, Washington County awarded True Grit Awards to 7 different students for this past year's efforts. Michaela Bailey from Boonesboro, Logan Burker from Williamsport, Landon Clark from Hancock, Heather Engelbrecht from North Hagerstown, Kaylin Kunkel from South Hagerstown, Hannah Vong from Clear Spring, and once again, Layla Smith from Smithsburg for her efforts in flag football. Kind of explains why she's committing with a college. Congratulations to all of you. And Franklin County's Adult Probation Department is also honoring a Probation Officer of the Year for 2026. That is Stacy Parson. And a Support Staff Person of the Year. That is Sharon Weaver. Congratulations to both of you. In health news, Lyme disease is generally accomplished by a rash in 70% of cases. We have an article this week saying that if it takes between 3 and 30 days for this rash to start, and then it expands to as much as an inch or more in diameter. The advice from the doctors is if you have a tick bite and you start seeing this kind of a rash, do not wait. Contact your doctors immediately. They can take care of this sort of thing, but you need to get to it quickly. There is also, in the national news, but it actually affects people here as well, a cyclospira outbreaks have led to a national recall of lettuce and some other products. The CDC is tracking this. The symptoms include diarrhea, fatigue, weight loss, lack of sleep, nausea, and gas. If you have any of these symptoms, you should see a doctor. Apparently, this Chlorospira is a microscopic parasite. It wasn't clear whether or not it'll go away in time or whether or not there's a treatment for it. But either way, if you find yourself with these kind of symptoms, you should probably contact your doctor and see what they can do to find out what's happening. In entertainment news, Local News 1 is now consolidating regional theater offerings in a periodical article that will contain show titles and dates. We are currently tracking the activities of 10 different theater groups in our coverage area and in our extended coverage area. So if there are other groups, take a look at the article. If you're not there, by all means, contact us and we will be happy to share what you're doing with the larger community. We know how much work goes into putting on those presentations, those plays and whatnot, and you want to have people occupying those seats, and we would love to help you. So get in touch with us. Local News 1 also has a long-standing article on, it comes out every week, concerning area brewery reviews. There are actually 10 breweries that we follow there. These articles include the hours, special events on a weekly basis for all of those. If there are any of you breweries out there that we're not tracking, contact us. We'd love to share what you're doing. Also, there's one last article. This is a particularly nice one put together by Jennifer Vanderaw, who writes for the Cumberland Valley Animal Society. She does nice stories on pets in general, but this one in particular is kind of heartwarming. It's a story about a very small pup whose master got injured. The accident came, took him away, and the ambulance people saw that this very small dog was actually keeping up with the ambulance, chasing it. They finally stopped and let him in, and the dog stayed with his master in the ambulance and even at the hospital. It's a wonderful story about love and loyalty. Kind of things that you find from time to time, and they're just heartwarming. There's a lot more in localnews1.org. You should check it out. We're very soon going to have deed transfers. This is something that seems to be very popular among a lot of people. So if you want to know who's been selling their properties to other people, this will be available to you for both Franklin County and for Washington County. And we'll close by saying we're very proud to be the news source for Verstandig Media. You can see all the local news in localnews1.org. It's all local, no national. While we are online, we are not social media. We're a real live news organization. So check us out. And we'll close with a thought of the day, which today is a word of caution to anyone who has considered eating a clock. It is very time-consuming. Bada bing. Have a great week.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk TriState, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.